double digits with 10 picks.
It's the Bears and the Lions, and it comes your way next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. One final time this regular season. As always, joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott as we get ready to put a bow on what has been an outstanding 18 weeks of football.
And for 14 lucky teams across the NFL, Kate, this isn't the end for them. This is their last chance at a tune-up before they play on into the postseason chasing that Super Bowl ring. But for the other 18, this is it. Their final chapter.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Okay, you know he's happy about that win last week, but less happy about his performance. He went into the lab this week, there's no question about it, and studied those mistakes, those 2 interceptions, because he knows that's not sustainable for winning. And I love a line from Mike McDonald. He talks about the quarterback being the voice of poise. That means flushing those mistakes from a week ago and being poised to go attack today.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Flying down the middle with Edwards-Helaire. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Goff. Throwing deep for the end zone. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Running for it, here's Gibbs. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Back to the line they go, it's 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Sending the tight end in motion left. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. They go play action with Goff. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions finish up an excellent opening series. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell. And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. That throw finds Kmet.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And he's already kicked off this game with a touchdown. Plenty of time to add another as he sits among the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns this season. First down throw from Goff. He's got Khalif Raymond. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jalen Johnson with the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Off play action, Goff. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, it's Goff. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Goff. Complete to Raymond. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lift at any time.
And he'll go down here at the 16. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Now a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Goff. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And just a week before the playoffs begin, partner, here's where teams stand as we play out this regular season finale. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying grounded with Swift. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll send him over right. Williams to throw on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, here's Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
First down throw by Williams. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We've hit the end of one in this showdown between 2 of the league's best. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Williams on the play action. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Off the play fake, Williams. That one is swatted away, incomplete, but there's a flag down in the secondary, and I think they're going to get somebody here for holding. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Williams from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Couldn't find DJ Moore on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Another one for Gibbs. Has good room at the 35. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
False start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Patrick with the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Goff setting to throw. Finds Laporta. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Now Goff gets this one to Patrick. He will go! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions make it a 16-point ball game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. From the 29. Pass complete. That's Devin Duvernay. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Williams to throw on first. Swift hauls it in. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Chicago first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He's got him, that's Swift. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The drive picks up here, first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up second and 7. Out of the gun, here's Williams. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Williams to throw. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Swift. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown. The Bears fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears cut the lead down to 10. Return starts from the goal line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Lions and wide receiver Tim Patrick set for another drive. They're out and set, first and 10. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Second and 10 now. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They go play action with Goff. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. That is Kyler Gordon. And as this play goes out of bounds, all eyes turn to that flag on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the interception's going to be remembered by the fans here, partner, but not by the official score. The interference call takes that away. First down throw from Goff. Wright reels it in. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions parlay the interception into points. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions take a 3-possession lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. First and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's Swift on second down. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Williams will look to throw. He beams one deep right side. This is brought in at the 15. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. It's a Romadudes, a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Khalif Raymond to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off play action, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. It's the Lions. Backed up considerably here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
And he'll have it up across the 20 on a decent pickup there. The Bears decide to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On comes Jack Fox to handle the fourth down punt for the Lions. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fields this clean at the 30. And he found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Bears football. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the back.
Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. On third down, here's Swift. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Torrey Taylor on to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jalen Johnson with the stop. 2nd and 4. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, you put more dime defenders on the field, and what you really see are so many more eyes. Remember, as a quarterback, you drop back, and you love to see those linebackers. You love to see base defense. But you get those DBs on the field, and it feels like everybody's looking at you, and it can lead to takeaways just like that.
The Bears going back on offense just before halftime. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. First down throw by Williams. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Williams from the gun. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing now from the gun. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. From the 41. Kmet brings it in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell. So we're halfway through this final week of the regular season. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. A touchdown pass there for J.J. McCarthy. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. The Patriots trying to hold on and claim victory. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. Williams to throw on first. Completed here to Kmet. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, Williams. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So it's second down coming up. Now here's Williams. This is complete to Duvernay. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Chicago first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
You know, these third and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on third and short, they can't get the job done.
On fourth down, it's Williams. He finds him beyond the marker. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They'll come up first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Into the hands of Duvernay. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Swift will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
So now, here's third and goal. They'll try to run with Swift. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 43. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down. The Lions readying for the punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. And this is looking fantastic. Wow, bounces just yards shy of the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 4. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Nice catch along the sideline. Awesome body control to stay in bounds there. Ooh, but we've got a flag on the play. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. Handoff running right. Here's Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll run here from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And have him gain up about a handful there. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Here's Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors returning their offense, and this running back to the field. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Lions will go on offense. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Complete. Oh, he lost the football. Bears pick it up, headed the other way. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Okay, this is one of those circumstances where you got to play all the way through the whistle, right? Didn't look good defensively. Give up a big chunk passing play, but then you turn around and one hit totally changes the moment. You get the ball back and you turn the mojo in this building around.
The home teams and Roma Dunze headed back out on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. First down, Williams. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Working from the gun, Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. To throw is Williams. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Williams on the play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All set up now for 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Play action on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Williams set to pass. Has it at the 7. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. The Bears have the ball, and they're going to need to score. They come in trailing. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. They'll run with Johnson. Has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears take a 4th quarter lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Goff off 1st and 10. Connects with the open man downfield. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. They cross the 40. Nice run there. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on.
Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. From the gun, Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here we go, second and very long. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. First and 10 from the 45. They go play action with Goff. He's throwing deep to the left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Gibbs now from the gun. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He finds Laporta. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Point after up and good from Bates. And the Lions push their lead to 3. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Off the play fake, Williams. He fires one deep down the middle. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. So that brings up 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Completed here to Komet. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To throw, Williams. That's caught for the first. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Hits him on the in route. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play. Running behind center with Swift. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They only managed 1 on that carry. Now they're going to have 3rd and goal from the 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal. Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He breaks the tackle. Busting through tacklers for a big gain. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Give them about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. It's a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They are on the counter with Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Going to run again with Swift. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
1st down throw by Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Williams to throw on 1st. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. They're headed up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Bears take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Lions back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Complete to Raymond. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st down throw from Goff. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Goff to the air now. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Goff. Raymond there to grab it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket.
And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Now to throw. Ooh, not much time to adjust, but he catches it still off the tip. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Here he is to throw. Finds Laporta. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Throwing now. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the turnover, Brock, is in turn turned over after pass interference on that play. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. A give right side for Swift. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Bears come away with a win. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.